All right, well, let's start out standing. We're going to wake the body up, shake, hey Maggie, shake things out and keep moving so we stay nice and warm. It's supposed to get up to 40 today, but I was shocked to see a little bit of snow on the ground this morning. I thought we were done with that. Let's come to the back of the mat. Feet comfortable, slightly wider than hip width distance. Okay, so it's morning, so we're going to start waking up, just kind of let things settle down, settle in. And remember that energy mudra that we've been using, the two middle fingers, your thumb on them, and your other fingers out. Okay, so connecting our energy here. And just allow your breath to start settling in, coming into your practice. Inhale and exhale. Sounds like somebody's knocking. You can come in if you want. Allow your breath to deepen. So we are standing, so the breath can really flow here. So exhale, belly button to spine, exhaling through the nose. Inhale through the nose, deep into the abdomen here. So we want that diaphragmatic breathing to start moving through us. Noticing light and warmth on the inhale, softening on the exhale, just releasing anything that you don't want with you through your practice today. And then just release your mudra, let your fingertips kind of wiggle around, open and close the hands a few times just to release any tension that might have built up. All right, so we're going to let the knees and hips be soft, let them move a little bit, and we're going to do our 4-part awakening breath. Okay, so we've done this. It'll seem familiar because it is. All right, hands by your side, exhale. Remember, the feet are slightly wider than hip width distance. The knees and hips are soft. Sweep the arms up, inhale. As you exhale, either clasp your hands behind you or take them to your hips, whichever your shoulders prefer. Inhale, look up. Here's that heart opening. You can press your hands toward the floor. If they're on your legs, maybe let them roll down a little bit. And then as you exhale, the soft knees and hips come into a forward fold. So remember, your fold is going to go either, maybe it's more vertical because of reflux or vertigo or anything, or your head can hang. And then your arms can lift off your spine if your shoulders are good with that. Release your hands and float the arms out and up. Remember, our bottom half of the body is strong, top half is light. All right, everybody have that? We got that? We're good? All right, let's do that. We'll do that together one more time, and then you'll do it on your own. So let's go ahead and sweep the arms up. Inhale, exhale, clasp the hands. Inhale, your shoulder blades are rolling toward each other as your heart lifts toward the sky. Exhale, forward fold, and maybe the arms, the hands come off the spine. Release and float. We're floating up. Palms touch and hands come heart center. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Releasing and floating. Palms touch, hands come heart center. Now just go ahead, you know it. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. softly, gently waking up the body, floating back up, palms touch, hands come heart center. Now take your feet to mountain pose, so now they're just hip width distance apart. We're going to take a stronger stance here. Arms by the side, shoulders back and down. And just notice how you feel after starting to move, letting that movement that we just did happen. Inhale and exhale. So that was very similar to the cats and cows, but we're going to do a few of those standing. So go ahead and take the hips back, hands to the thighs, and we arch the back and look up. Now round the spine, gaze toward the left. And just keep going, very simple, very good for the spine movement. And the next time you're gazing toward your lap, just hold here and then let your hands roll up your legs, shoulders back and down. We're back in mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do some side-to-side movements here. So the left hand is on the leg, right arm is up by the shoulder. Inhale, and just start to tilt over to the left. Just feel that right side release as you tilt over to the left. And come back, right hand down, left arm up. Start to tilt over to the right, feeling the release. And down and arm up and tilt. Taking it nice and slow, waking the spine up and up and tilt. Take it up. We're tilting over to the left. When you get here, no rush. Make sure your right foot stays planted. We're going to stay here, engage the core, and let that left arm float up. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arms up. Now your right hand comes down and you tilt over to the right, making sure that left foot stays firmly planted. Core is engaged. Right arm floats up. And inhale, we're going to softly fold forward. Try and fold from the hip creases, not the belly. Fold forward, swan dive. So here the hands are going to touch either your mat if you reach that, or someplace on your legs, and your head is going to hang. Inhale and exhale. Take a couple of breaths here, and then float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And we release back to mountain pose. Okay. All right, feet are again slightly wider than hip width distance. Ready to shake the body out, move it around a little, gentle twisting, tapping the body. Starts to wake things up, open things up. The arms are starting to come higher, and we're just flowing side to side. And then the arms keep going up, and you can imagine yourself where you would do this. I personally would do this on a beach, just woo, and keep floating the arms down till you come back, gently tapping and slowing, and then come to center. Check your breath and your energy now. So soften the breath. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to do some leg strengthening now in the form of a chair pose. So chair pose, your feet are hip width distance apart. You set the hips back. As soon as you do that, you notice that you're more in your heels than your toes, and that is accurate for chair. That's where we want to be. Now tuck the pelvis under and lift the arms halfway up here. Tuck a little more and lift the arms all the way up. And check to make sure you're still more in your heels. Your toes are free here, so they can even wiggle. And you're in chair. We're going to warm the chair up a bit, so let's inhale, raise the arms overhead. Exhale with soft knees and hips, float down, hips back, arms come halfway up, tucking, arms come the rest of the way up. So we're just flowing in and out of chair 2 more times. Inhale up, exhale, float down, tuck, and flow into your chair. Inhale up, exhale, float, tuck, and flow into your chair. Inhale and exhale here, and stand tall and release. So lots of leg strengthening there. Now we're going to hold the chair, and I'll just show you real quick. We're going to be in chair, and without moving the lower body, we're going to take the arms back and forward. Now you're going to have a little bit of balance challenge. Your gaze is going to be 6 feet ahead of you on your floor. Okay, everybody good? Let's come into chair. Feet are hip width, hips are back, hips tuck, arms up, tuck a little more. Arms by the ears. Now bring your arms back to shoulder height, and we're bringing the elbows back and forward, back and forward. So we're super still from the waist down, challenging the movement from the waist up. Arms forward, arms up for chair, sit a little deeper, tuck a little more, and stand tall and release. Shake it out. Shake out the legs. Starting to feel your legs there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's add those arms for a little bit of a balance challenge here. And when we do this with the arms, of course we're doing heart opening, bringing light, joy, and warmth to the body. So from the back of your mat, step forward with your right foot, big step forward. Lift your left heel and bend your right knee. The knee is over the ankle. The left heel is lifted, so we already know we're going for a high crescent lunge here. Inhale and exhale, the arms are up. Now, without collapsing, just take yourself forward, reach the arms forward, so you're in that kind of maybe 45-degree angle from the top. And we bring the arms back and forward. So with the heel lifted, it's more of a balance challenge. Back and forward, back and forward. Lift into the high crescent lunge. And let's try and step the right foot back to meet the left and release. Did you feel your right thigh really working to hold you up there?
Yeah.
Left foot forward. Good. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. Left foot forward, right heel is lifted, left knee is over the ankle. Reach the arms forward. This puts some length in the spine. As we lift up, we keep length in the spine. Now take the arms down about 45 degrees, back and forward. Your gaze is really going to help you here. Forward and hold, lift into the high crescent lunge, and step back. Whew, release. Inhale and exhale. All right, I think the body's getting pretty woke now, right? Feet are hip width distance apart. Inhale and exhale. Feel the energy moving through you. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. We're going to be taking the hands all the way down to the mat. So that could mean bending the knees significantly. Start to walk forward. Plank or knee, high plank or knee down plank, whichever one is you right now. Bend at the elbows, come all the way down. Inhale and exhale. We're going to roll the shoulders toward the ears, down the spine, and look up. This is the Cobra. Not a lot of help from the hands. The energy is coming from the spine. And release. And come back to a nice tabletop position here. So now we're in tabletop, and we're going to do some core movements from here. So that opposite arm, opposite leg that we've done, right leg is back at hip height, left arm is by the ear. This already kicks the core into motion. We're nice and balanced here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to take the elbow and the knee together, crunch it, and release. So we're going to crunch and release, crunch and release, crunch and release. One more, crunch and hold, and release, and bring the hand and knee down. Okay, ready on the other side? Left leg, right arm. It's crunch and release. Keep going, crunch and release, crunch and release, crunch and release. This time crunch and hold, and release long, hand and knee down. Okay, so now we're going to, from tabletop, start to set the hips back, walk the hands forward, and then come up and come into a knee down plank and back. So remember, we do this, right, we're warming up the hips for child's pose. The hands are forward, we're coming forward and back, forward and back. And then big toes together, knees wide apart, finding your child's pose with your head supported, right? You could make a pillow with your hands. Your head might just reach the mat. Just a child's pose, a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. All right. Go ahead and return to hands and knees here. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do a little rainbow pose for the hips here. So the right leg comes back. Let's warm up the foot first. Press through the heel and roll over the foot. So a little foot massage. Press and roll. Press and roll. Press back and hold, pressing through the heel. And then come back to center. Let's take the right foot out to the right, and then make a big rainbow as you take the right foot over to the left. So we're rainbowing up and over, up and over. There it is. Nice. The next time your foot is over to the left, hold it there, and then start to look past your left shoulder. See if you can spot your right foot back there. Bring the leg back to center, knee down. Same thing on the left. Left foot is back. Press through the heel and roll over the foot. So a nice little foot massage here. Then press the foot back and hold. Take your left leg out to the left, up and over, and keep going. Try and use the hip more than the waist here. So try and keep your upper body steady while the leg moves from the hip to the toe. The next time your foot is over to the right, hold there and start to look past your right shoulder. You may notice a really nice feeling also in the outside of your right leg. That's your IT band. Bring it up, knees, inhale and exhale, and sit off to the side. Okay. So we're going to take the legs cross-legged here and do some nice warming circles. Hands to the knees. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. We're going forward, over to the right, back, and to the left. So we're moving around in a circle. This is your practice, your circles. So you decide how big, but notice that your shoulders can also release as you do this. The hips are feeling good. And you're making a circle on your sacrum, which is waking up a whole spiral of energy in your body. Next time you're forward, hold here. And of course we'll unwind, so let's go in the opposite direction, making these circles. Just looking for places in the body that want to release. Allowing the breath to move freely. And then come forward and sit up nice and tall. All right, let's uncross the legs. Bring the feet hip width distance, feet down. And we're going to do some reclined movements for the hip and the core. So reclining, we're going to be at the center of our mat before we start rolling down, so the head can be on the mat. Slowly, slowly lower. Slowly lower. Take a nice deep breath, arms overhead, legs long, and then draw your knees in. You might be holding onto the back of your hamstrings here rather than crunching the knees in this tight. Wherever you are, just go ahead and rock a little from side to side. Take the legs in a little circle. Now we are getting the tailbone area, and then rock opposite direction. All right, bring the feet down. This is called water wheel. This is a very popular hip opener. Well, by popular, I mean I get a lot of good feedback. People seem to love this, and then it's going to turn into a little more of a core challenge for you, so just be prepared. All right, we're going to take the right knee in. The left foot is still bent. Point the leg up. Flex your foot. Bring your leg down so that your heel is 3 inches off the mat. And then bring the knee in. So it's knee in, point up, flex down. 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 One more, knee in, point up, flex down. Now knee in and hold, and we're going to reverse it. So flex your foot and extend your leg. Your heel is 3 inches off the mat. It's not touching. Point your toes and bring it up, knee in. So it's flex out, point up, knee in. 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 One more, flex out, point up, knee in. And bring your right foot down. And just let your knees open and close gently here. Ready on the left. Here we go. Left knee in, point up, flex down. Knee in, keep going. So you can feel your core already starting to do some work here to control that leg. You can also feel with this circular motion how the hip is releasing, right? Next time your knee is in, hold it. We're going to reverse the water wheel now. So flex that left foot and take it out. Your heel is 3 inches off the mat for a reason, right? What's the reason?
Four.
Yeah, there you go. And keep going with your water wheel. it in, and go ahead and bring your left foot down. Let your knees open and close. We're going to sit on the hands now, so bring your hands under your butt. Your palms are on the mat, so your palms are face down, touching the mat. We're going to do a double leg water wheel. So the hands are some extra support for the spine here. Bring both knees in, point up with both legs, flex both feet, and bring them down. Oh. And bring the knees in. What was that?
That hurts.
Uh-oh.
Lord.
It is challenging. So how can you adjust the amount of challenge? The way you adjust it is don't bring your feet down so far. Now, don't adjust it unless it's bothering your back. Okay? So just keep going with your water wheels. If your back is bothering you, then you want to modify. Do them a little smaller. But if it's just challenging, then congratulate yourself. Next time your knees are in, hold. See, I told you it was going to start out like really, woo, this is great, and then turn into core, right? Flex your feet. We're going to reverse it. Press out, point up, and in. Press out, point up, and in. Do your cats think you're talking to them when you say stuff like that?
I think they're sleeping. It's nap time for them.
Nap time. Ooh, what a life. Out, up, and in. We're going to just do one more. Out, up, and in, and hug the knees in. Whew. Inhale and exhale. Say thank you to your core. It supports you all day long, right? Inhale and exhale, and bring your feet down. Take your arms out to the side, take your legs together, and we're going to release with some side-by-side windshield wipers. So your legs are together, your head is moving from one side to another, just to release everything here. And then we're just going to roll over to one side, press up to a tabletop, tuck the toes, and come into, unbelievably, our first downward dog of the practice. Fingers are spread wide, bend one knee and then the other. We haven't even been in down dog yet, so keep moving. Pedal those feet, inhale and exhale. And then take a nice little walking meditation, bringing your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your thighs, bend the knees, set the hips back, look up, exhale, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center, and release. Mountain pose at the top of the mat. We're in perfect position for what?
Sun salutation.
Yes, sun salutation. So here we go. So the purpose of sun salutation is to warm and strengthen every part of the body. So think strong here. Strong mountain pose, shoulders back and down. Inhale and exhale. We're going to stay together for this, and I'm going to lead you through a little stuff at the beginning. So let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Take a half lift. Hands down. Now we're going to take the right leg back, knee down. Remember that high crescent lunge we did? Now we're in low crescent lunge. Remember, if you need extra padding for your knees, you can always fold up the edge of your mat or work on two mats. Now inhale and engage your core so that you don't need your hands here. Okay? Now your arms are going to come forward by the ears, and we're going to bring the elbows back and forward, back and forward. We've done this before, back and forward, especially today, back and forward, and then lift up into a crescent lunge. You will feel that forward, your left front thigh, part of your psoas, getting a nice stretch. bring your hands down, okay? So we're gonna tuck the toes, lift the back knee. If you come to knee down plank, instead, just leave your knee down, bring your right leg back. If you're going for knee up plank, the knee is lifted. Everybody engage your core and come into plank. The core is engaged. Whether your knees are up or down, your core is working hard. Bend the elbows and come all the way down through chaturanga. Inhale and exhale here. We're going to do that Cobra, so roll the shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. Not a lot of hands here. It's all shoulders back and core lifting you. And release. Find your way back and up to down dog. So table to down dog is great. It's also, sometimes in your practice, you'll tuck your toes and come straight up and back. If you do a knee up plank, that's more in keeping, but whichever way you get up, we're in down dog here. Inhale and exhale. Now the right leg is going to come up. Take a big step forward with the right foot, whatever big is for you today. Bring the left knee down and adjust yourself in that low crescent lunge. Knee over ankle. Back knee is behind the hip. You engage your core so your hands can float. Arms come by the ears. And elbows back and forward. Back and forward in stillness, except for the arms. Now hold the arms forward and lift into a high crescent lunge. Do you notice that front of your thigh, when you lift your arms, how that stretches more?
Yep.
That's what we want to do in our practice. We want to keep our mind focused on what we're doing and the feelings. One hand on either side of your front foot, tuck your back leg, lift that knee, and take a giant step to the front. Hands to the thighs, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch, and hands come heart center. Okay, remember we did that high crescent lunge. This time you have an option. You can either go back into the crescent lunge we did with the knee down or leave the knee up. And if you wind up with your knee up and you start to feel woohoo, bring your knee down. Remember, everything works with the knees down, including down dog, which can always be a table or can be on the wall for you. Okay? So we're at the top of our mat. Inhale and exhale. Preparing for sun salutation on the other side. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Swan dive, folding from the hips. Hands to the thighs, we half lift. Hands to the mat, stepping back with the left leg now. Knee up or down. Engage the core and bring the arms up by the ears. Especially if your knee is up, you need to fix your gaze. And we're going to bring the elbows back and forward. Remember that knee can come down anytime you feel unstable. Forward and hold, and now lift the arms up. Bring the hands down, one on either side of your right foot, and step back to plank. Knees down if you're doing knee down plank. Knees up if you're doing knee up. Elbows bend. We go chaturanga down. Inhale and exhale. All right, now we're going to lift the hands 3 inches off the mat. Roll the shoulders toward the ears, down the spine. And just like we've been doing, it seems like all morning, take the elbows toward the waist, look up. Take the arms forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward, Back and hold, lifted, hands down. Come to your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. The left leg comes up this time. Left foot steps forward. Knee up or down. Engage your core. Let the hands float. Arms by the ears. Elbows back and forward. Back and forward. There it is. Back and forward. Back, forward and hold. And then lift. Arms up. And we're going to bring the hands to the hips. Lift your back knee if it's down. Everybody, big step forward. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Take a half lift. Forward fold and float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right. Bring your hands down by your side. And take a few breaths. Can you feel the breath really moving now?
Yeah.
So, you know, we always strive for some kind of balance in our yoga practice, balancing the effort and the ease, the hard and the soft. So let's move a little more into ease now, shall we? Anybody up for that? Take your legs wide. Yeah, turn the toes out. We're going to let the knees open and close. Bend and straighten. Whew. Inhale and exhale. Now just take your arms overhead and hold on to opposite elbow. And as you bend your knees, lean over to the right and center. Bend your knees, lean over to the left and center. Bend your knees, lean to the right and center and lean to the left. And center and just gently to the right and center and gently to the left and center and release. So now we're going to do something called brush hands. It's loosely based on a qigong. The toes are out, the knees are over the toes here, okay? That same knee action. This time we take the hands up like we're brushing them against a wall. Turn the palms forward, and as you bend your knees like you're brushing down a wall. Inhale, up. Exhale, brushing down. Inhale, up. Just keep going. Find a pace that feels great to you. The next time your arms are up, hold here, and we're going to turn our bodies toward the right. The feet will adjust too, and brush hands down to the right and up, down to the right and up, down toward the right leg and up, down to the right and up. One more, down toward the right and up, and come center. So maybe your left toes turn out a little more and your right toes turn in a little more, so you can brush hands to the left and up. Just do what your knees are telling you to do with regard to your feet. Okay, so if your knees are telling you turn your feet more or less, brush hands down and up. Next time the arms are up, hold. Turn center, turn all 10 toes forward. Bring your hands to your hip creases. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. So we're in a wide-legged forward fold. Your hips are over your ankles. They're not pushed back. And you have a micro bend in your knees. Your knees are never locked out, right? Inhale and exhale. And then come halfway up and come the rest of the way up. All right, let's heel toe the feet together, step the legs out, shake everything out. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to go back to wide legs now and turn the right toes forward and the left toes in at an angle. Bend your right knee. We're preparing for warrior two here, arms out at the side. Inhale and exhale. We're going to gaze past those right fingertips and think about strong from the waist down, light from the waist up. And then bring your hands to your hips and straighten your leg. Okay, now we're going to move that warrior two a bit. So go ahead and bend your right knee. Arms are out. Take your left hand to your right and pull back through the elbow and forward. Pull back and forward. Pull back and forward. Pull back and come back into a warrior two, full warrior two here. Now with your arms extended, turn and face your right leg and come center. Turn and face your right leg and come center. Turn and face your right leg and come center. Turn and face your right leg and come center. We're going to bring the arms overhead and switch the feet. Bend the left knee, arms out to the side. We're coming back into warrior two. This one we're holding. So if you need to release your arms for a moment, do. If not, don't. But make sure your knee is tracking over the ankle and down the center of your left foot. Your right leg is super strong here. We're in a nice warrior two. Inhale and exhale. And release for a second. Whew. Okay, now we're going to move the warrior two. So bring the arms up, bending the knee. Take your right hand forward and pull back. Right hand forward, pull back. Right hand forward, pull back. Right hand forward, pull back, open fully to warrior two. Now with the arms wide, we turn toward the left and back. Toward the left and back. Toward the left and back. One more left and back to warrior two. Hands to the hips. All 10 toes forward, forward fold. Remember, your forward fold might be here right now. It might be here. It might be hands down the legs. It might be hands to the floor. Inhale and exhale. And just try and move around a little in this forward fold. Let your head move. So, like a rag doll without holding on to the elbows. Bring your hands back to your hips. Come on up and heel toe your feet together. Shake them out and come to the top of your mat. We're going to work our way down. So we're going to be in mountain pose at the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale. Sweep the arms up. Inhale, swan dive, fold forward. Take a nice deep half lift now. Hands to the thighs. Press the hips back. Lift the heart. Look up. Feeling your hamstrings here? Okay, and yeah, you want to feel the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold, and step back to down dog. If you're done with down dog for today, just go to table. We're in down dog here. Inhale and exhale. And let your hips, whether you're in down dog or table, let your hips just rock from right to left, a little releasing here. And then bring the knees down and sit off to the side. Our transition pose is the seated mountain pose. So it's a strong pose with the feet flexed. And we're breathing. Whew. Now loosen up. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do some nice soft forward folds. Inhale, sweep the arms up and just melt forward just as softly as you can. Roll the hands up the legs. Inhale and softly fold forward. You might be starting to feel those hamstrings again. Inhale up. Exhale, soft fold forward. come back and now tighten things up a bit. Okay, so sit up nice and tall, extend through the spine, arms are up. This time when you fold, be folding from the hip creases, lengthen the spine, and let the hands come wherever they fall on the legs. Flex your feet and gaze towards your big toes. Take your right hand to the outside of your left leg and sweep the left arm up, a nice little twist here. And then switch sides, right arm up and we're twisting. And release back to forward fold. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, let everything go and just forward fold. Just let everything release. Feel what you feel. And breathe. The forward fold is very centering. It's often recommended for children when they get a little overexcited, and we can do it for ourselves too. Little forward fold. You could be in a chair too. Gives you a chance to just breathe, be centered, and then gently walk your hands up your legs and come to seated. Give your legs a crazy little shake here. Move them around. How's everybody doing?
Good.
All right, are we good? Let's go ahead and with the hips at the center of the mat, bend the knees, feet hip width distance. Take your arms forward and slowly, slowly, slowly roll down. Hands are by your side. Okay, now we're going to do some rolling bridges here. So your hips are, your feet are close to your hips. Hands are by your side. Exhale, and as you inhale, start to draw your arms up overhead and let your hips lift. And then slowly roll down. You start at the top of the spine and place the spine back down, one vertebra at a time. And just keep rolling. So they're rolling, but they're not fast. We're lifting up one vertebra at a time. And then we exhale the same way, hands down by the side. Find a rhythm that works for you here. And the next time you find yourself with your arms back and your hips lifted, just hold here and let's do a few glute squeezes. 8, 7, 6. This helps counteract. Keep going. Sitting all day. 3, 2, 1. Now, as you slowly exhale, release the spine carefully back down to the mat. Arms by your side. Okay, inhale and exhale. So we're going to do a recline pigeon here. It's a nice treat. If you're still having a little inner knee issue, have your legs like this instead. Okay. Otherwise, ankle, your right ankle crosses over your left thigh. Your right foot is flexed here, left leg comes in. So we know this reclined pigeon, right? What we're going to do now is make sure that that left knee is in line with the left shoulder. It has a tendency to gravitate toward the navel, right? And just feel a nice deep stretch in that right hip. Now take your left leg up toward the sky. Point and flex your left foot. And circle the ankle one direction and the other. Bend your left knee, release your left leg, unwrap the legs. Let your knees open and close a few times. As we come to Recline Pigeon on the other side, left ankle across the right thigh. This left foot is flexed. The right leg starts to come in. You hold on, either your right hamstring, maybe the outside of your right leg. Check the position of your right knee. You want it in line with your right shoulder. And just breathe into that hip as it releases for you. Now take your right leg straight. We're pointing and flexing. Circle the ankle. Opposite direction. And unwind, bring everything down, both feet to the mat, open and close. We're going to do wide-legged windshield wipers now. Very gentle movement to release the neck and the spine. So your feet are mat-width distance apart, your arms are out at a T, and just take your knees to one side and your gaze to the other. Roll everything up through center and switch sides. See you, thanks. And just hold to one side for a few breaths. Come back through center, hold to the other side for a few breaths. And come back to center. Now bring your hands down by your side, bring your feet back to hip-width distance apart. We're going to release the hands, make a little fist and extend the fingers. Make a gentle fist and roll the wrists one direction and the other. Hands down by the side. And just go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, scrunch up your face, and as you exhale through the mouth, stick your tongue out. And release one more time like that. Inhale and and just feel all the muscles of your face so lively, a lot of blood flowing to them. Inhale and exhale. Scan your body from head to toe. See if any part of you needs to move before you come into a nice resting final relaxation position. Once you get to a comfortable position that you can be in for a few minutes, you're going to take 3 nice deep inhales through the nose, exhale through the mouth, releasing onto the mat, and then move into your final relaxation. All right, so just when you're ready, start your inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And after you've released yourself onto the earth, just allow your breath to do whatever it wants as you move into final relaxation.